What's going on, people, and welcome back to another Premier League predictions for Game Week 37. Let's get into it. First up, we've got Fulham versus Manchester City. I'm going with Man City winning this. Fulham could potentially make it tricky, but I feel like City, with the title to play for, it's very rare that they mess up when it's on the line. So I think City will get the 3 points. 4-1 to City. Bournemouth versus Brentford. I'm going to go with the home side in this one. I feel like the Cherries are in better form than Brentford at the moment. I think they're quite equal teams on their any given day, but I don't think Brentford are fully capitalising on like Tony and Mbuemo being back. I don't feel like they're performing like they should be. So I think at home Bournemouth will have enough to get the 3 points and they're in better form, so 2-1 to Bournemouth. Everton versus Sheffield United. I don't see anything other than 3 points for Everton. I think Sheffield United are resigned, their heads have dropped, they're relegated and they look like they feel sorry for themselves. So Everton for me will get the 3 points. 2-0 Everton. Newcastle versus Brighton. I'm going to go with Newcastle in this one. I feel like at St James's Park, they'll be up for it. The crowd will be rocking. And Brighton are struggling at the moment. So I think Newcastle will win. Potentially get a clean sheet. But Newcastle aren't great defensively. I'm going to go 3-1 Newcastle. Tottenham versus Burnley. Tottenham desperately need some points. They've been poor recently. And Burnley haven't been great, obviously. They've been getting a few draws. Lost their last game. I feel like Tottenham will win this one. I don't think they'll make easy pickings of it though. I think it'll be a narrow win. I'm actually going to go 1-0 and I think it might even be a penalty. But 1-0 Tottenham. West Ham versus Luton. Coming off that loss against Chelsea, we'll be desperate to bounce back with 3 points at home. David Moyes, it's been announced that he will be going at the end of the season. Luton obviously will want to survive relegation and stay up, but I think they probably will go down now. I think West Ham will win this one. Go 2-0 to West Ham. Wolves versus Palace. I think it could be an intriguing game. Palace are in fine form at the moment. Confidence is high. Mateta's banging in goals for fun. Elise, Eze can cause problems on any given day. Just embarrassing United. Wolves I like as well. I think Gary Neal's done a fantastic job since he's gone in there. I like a few of their players as well. And they're hard to play against. At home, they could be the favourites for this. I personally think it'll be a draw. So I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go 2-2. Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea. Hard one to call. Chelsea are on a good run at the moment. Forest are a bit hit and miss, but at home they can be very good. I think this one will be a draw. 2-2. Manchester United versus Arsenal. Obviously, we just lost to Crystal Palace in an embarrassing fashion as well. Too many players in that team not fit to wear the shirt, so I don't see anything else other than 3 points for Arsenal. In the past, though, in these games, we have turned up and got a result, but I really can't see it this time. 3-1 to Arsenal. Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Actually going to go with Villa in this one at home. Strong home record this year. Liverpool aren't firing on all cylinders. They're not in the title race now. So I feel like Villa, with all still to play for in terms of as high up as they want to finish in the table, I think they'll get the 3 points in this just on hunger. 3-1. Spurs versus Manchester City in this double game week then for these two teams. Nothing but 3 points for Man City. I know they've not got a great record against Spurs in recent years, but at the moment I just think City are too good. Spurs are too inconsistent, too bad defensively, and they just don't show up enough for me like they did at the start of the season. So City for me in this one. 3-0 City. Brighton versus Chelsea. I'm going with Chelsea in this one away. Brighton they fell off a cliff recently and Chelsea are actually hitting a bit of form now. So I think Chelsea will win. I don't think either team will probably get a clean sheet, but I expect Chelsea to get the 3 points. 2-1 to Chelsea. And lastly, to finish off Game Week 37, we got Manchester United versus Newcastle. Again, similar to the Arsenal one. Newcastle aren't as good as Arsenal, obviously, but I think we have more of a chance in this one because Newcastle aren't as good defensively as Arsenal are, and we are at home, but we struggle to score goals ourselves. We don't make the most of our chances. We don't supply enough for Højlund. So I think Newcastle's attack and midfield are definitely better than ours is. And their defence is questionable against ours. But I think Newcastle will have too much firepower. Isak, Gordon, Wilson's come back. I think they have too much goal threat. So I think Newcastle will win. I think we could score against them. So I don't think either team will get a clean sheet. I'm going to go Newcastle though. 3-2 Newcastle. So that is it for this week's Game Week predictions, guys. Let me know yours in the comments and I'll be back probably tomorrow or Friday with my FPL team for Game Week 37 and a look ahead to Game Week 38. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Peace.